Indian Tier 1 majors are consistently pushing the technology envelope as well as making fresh investments and new efforts to tap the growing opportunities both in domestic as well as overseas markets, this irrespective of whether there's any kind of blips in the market performance. So one of them is the Anand Group. And to tell us more about how the group is progressing in terms of its investment plans and new opportunities to tap, we have with us Mr. Mahendra Goyal, who is the president and Co-COO of Anand Group. Mr. Goyal, thanks for sparing your time.
Thank you.
Tell us, last year you clocked around about 17,500
So,
crores at the group level.
Yeah, we did around 17,500 crore
Yeah.
in the last year, which was almost 15% growth over 2022. And we continue this growth journey.
Yes.
And this year, of course, the market is little, slow, but still we are expecting to grow at 10% actually.
So, despite the slowdown, what is helping you, to make this projection of 10% growth maybe?
Yeah, so this growth is coming despite the market is down because of some of the new products which we added in our kitty, and also some of the new businesses which we added in last few years. So those models, those vehicles are running very well despite the overall slowdown. So that is helping us to grow still 12% in the sluggish market actually.
Okay, and this sluggishness in the market, I mean, especially in the heavy commercial vehicle side, the now on the tractor market is also a little slow, and now passenger vehicles are also showing some slowdowns. So, what is your outlook in terms of the growth trajectory or the performance at the automotive market domestically?
Yeah. So obviously, I think if we look at overall market, so even two-wheeler is going 20%. The car market was growing almost 6 to 7%. Yes, CV market we saw that it is not growing. We projected always a little negative growth in the current year because of the election year. Generally, if we see in the past, so because of the election, this market was seems to be little slow actually. But as we see currently, while we had growth of so far 6% in the PV segment actually, but little bit down because of the monsoon. The monsoon season is spreaded over 3 to 4 months time. So that is something which is impacting the current situation where we saw that lot of inventory lying with the dealers actually. So that has to be first liquidated, and we are hopeful that at least something should move good in a short run with the festive season ahead of us.
Right. And also, when it comes to Anand Group, it's quite often cited as an example of having very sustainable partnerships.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, about 16 or 18 odd joint ventures currently in the group.
Yeah.
So, are you looking at any new such moves or any other kind of inorganic moves in keeping in mind a sustainable growth strategy?
Yeah. So of course, we have to grow in the market. The Indian market is growing, and we can't away without growing it. So that efforts on our partnership model, that continues. So we intend to have some of the new beginnings actually in the following year. So those will be announced as soon as we have those things on our card, finalized actually. But of course, in addition to the joint venture, we have plans to grow inorganically also. Maybe we will talk about some of the acquisitions basically in very soon.
Okay, I can understand you cannot divulge the details because these are under consideration, under discussions. But can you tell us in which areas, but in terms of product line or technology, what are the key drivers, and how soon are you likely to close those deals?
So it is something with respect to maybe the new technologies, which are the emerging new technologies. We are talking even the current technologies, which are our existing products. So we have products basically which are related to the emerging technologies and the things which are emerging in the future like ADAS or so basically. So those will be our focus area to drive our growth actually.
And how much of an investment have you earmarked for these inorganic activities?
Yeah. So I think investment is something which we have been incurring in last 5 years. We invest almost 3,000 crore in last 5 years. And as far as the organic growth is concerned, so we continue this expansion plan with the average of say 500 to 600 crore in a year actually. But in addition to that, depending on the size of the the deal which we end up doing in from the inorganic growth point of view, I think that decides basically what kind of investment you'll be looking for basically.
Okay, you haven't kind of finalized the
Not
the
yet,
work.
not yet on this case.
And one of your recent additions to your portfolio is the Sunroof,
Yeah,
and which is under Gabriel, if I'm not wrong. How is it progressing, and what kind of growth prospects do you see generally in the domestic vehicle market in terms of Sunroof as a product segment?
Yeah. So Sunroof as a project segment, as I said, that it is enhancing very much. It is liked by the families basically who are traveling, and similarly based on that, the trend of SUVs is increasing in India. Like the trend of SUVs now, we are almost 50% of the total passenger vehicle, which used to be almost 25%. So those SUVs are coming up with all the sunroofs actually. So joint venture which we started, or the business which we started in the sunroof, is doing very good. We have utilized our capacity, and we have planned to expand the capacity further actually.
Okay. And coming back to the inorganic moves which you indicated, how many of them and what kind of timeline are you looking at?
1 year timeline.
Okay. And how many of them could be there?
Could be around 2 or 3 opportunities.
Okay. Okay. On that note, Mr. Goyal, always a pleasure talking to you. Wishing you all the best with all the discussions, negotiations, and with your other growth plans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. There you heard Mahendra Goyal, President and Co-CEO of Anand Group, sharing with us about the sustainable growth strategy, of which a key component is a set of inorganic moves. Obviously, he could not divulge the details, but that broke the news with us in terms of what's coming up in the Anand Group in terms of new interventions to grow the business inorganically. On that note, thank you for watching this interview. Goodbye.